Hi Bighorns, it's Miss Gallagher again. I'm excited to tell you that since Christmas is coming up, it's time to do some Christmas crafts. And of course, you know how much I love Harry Potter. So we're gonna do some Harry Potter crafts. I've made these already. This is a Slytherin and a Gryffindor little Christmas decoration or bulb. And so for those of you who know me well, know my house is Hufflepuff. So we are going to now make a Hufflepuff one. And so all I did, and I'll put the link by the video, is we printed these out. So if you have a printer, you can go ahead and print them. And I made a little trip to the dollar store and I got some clear bulbs and I bought some snow. And they were both available in the dollar store. So you get 2 bulbs for $1. So I'm going to go ahead and take out the ball. And these ones, they just pull off, so you just pull them up. And there you have your bulb. So first thing I want to do is I'm going to fill it with some snow. And not fill it, just a little at the bottoms, like it would be if it really snowed. So I leave it in the bag. It makes it a lot easier and I don't make as much mess if I just fill it up right in the bag, and it saves the snow. That way it's not everywhere, it stays in the bag. So maybe a little bit more. I want enough so it looks kind of snowy. As you can see that I did on these, just a little bit on the bottom. So let's fill it up a little bit more. And maybe just a tad more. All right, that looks just about right. All right, so I've cut these 2 out. So then I'm going to cut the circles out. And then I'm gonna put them back to back and glue them together. So I want to be as neatly as I can. And I think if I printed these out again, I'd make them a little bit smaller than what I have in the printable because they're a little bigger than they need to be, and I found that I had to trim them. So I've got 2 Hufflepuffs. I'm going to go ahead and glue them back to back. So I'm going to grab my glue. And you can get the glue in the dollar store too. They got lots of glue in there. Alright, so that's good enough. And I just want to make sure that the Hufflepuff and the Hufflepuff are about as lined up as I can get it. And then while it's still wet, slide that around. That looks pretty good. Alright, and then I'm going to trim it just a little bit more because it's got to fit in there. So I'm just going to go around the circle and trim that just a little bit. That way it gets rid of any white edges I have, and it will fit in the bulb. I want to make sure that it's small enough to fit in there. So trying to keep it still in a circle. I'm going to trim it away. And then I just kind of judge it. It looks like that should just about fit in. I'm going to take a little bit more off of there. That actually looks perfect. All right, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to take this and I'm gonna glue it onto the top of this and onto this. That way when it's inside, it's not gonna fall down. So I might make that a little bit shorter. And I'm gonna use my glue gun for this. You can also get glue guns in the dollar store. Everything you need is in the dollar store. And so I'm gonna glue it onto here. And just put that on there, tap, tap, tap. Make sure it's on there real good. Let it dry for a second. It doesn't take very long to dry. And then I'm also going to do the same thing here. I want to push it down, so I want something so I don't burn my fingers. I burnt my fingers too many times on the glue gun. So I'll give that a second to dry. And then I might make it it's a little long, maybe a little bit shorter. Yeah, that looks about right. And so I'm going to put a little bit of glue on here, and I'm going to add this, and I'm going to keep it down there with my top of my paintbrush, or any other kind of stick that you have in the house, just so you don't burn your fingers. It does sting a little bit when you burn your fingers. So I've got that added here, and I've got my bulb ready to go. This is such an easy craft, and they come out so cool. So you're gonna have to wrap it around in a circle, just enough to get it inside. And go ahead and plop it in. And once it's in there, just use your little, I use a paintbrush, but whatever kind of stick you can. And this is nice because it helps you move it around a little bit. And see if you can flatten it out. So I've got that. And there we go. And then you just squeeze the little lid back on. In and in. And pop that in. Oops, looks like I got it caught up a little bit. And there you see. And it looks really cool on the Christmas tree. And if you're like me, and I'm gonna have a Harry Potter Christmas tree, last year we did book 1. This year I'm gonna do book 2. I've gotta have all the houses on there. So I'm really thrilled with how easy and how fun these are.